let me start with Tomasz Domogała. We have a big day today because actually, almost right now, it is happening and it starts and it's called TDJ Pitango. And that's another place, another organization where you can come and count on capital to grow your business idea or the business that you already have. Please run us through the news.
This is absolutely right. Good afternoon, everyone. It's great to be here. And as Roman said, this is a special moment in the development of TDJ, because actually today we are launching the TDJ Pitango Venture Capital Company. And together with our great partner from Israel, we create a Polish-Israeli venture capital here in Poland. And this is actually the moment of the launch and the start of the new company. For TDJ, it's a great moment, and it's actually a milestone in the development of our company. So TDJ is a private, family-owned investment company started in 1977. We are located here in Poland, and actually our growth path was based on industrials. So we have been developing the business in the industrial sectors for many years. We have created few companies and built them up in scale. And we then changed the model of our operation more into the private equity perspective of running the businesses and our investments. A few years back, we have entered the real estate market and built another leg for our activity in the business. And today, this is, I can say it openly and absolutely honestly, that this is the most important moment in our development because we are starting the TDJ Venture. We would like to participate in this amazing world of innovation and change and be part of it. So we absolutely want to make an impact, and that's why we are starting the venture capital firm today. And it is my great honor that we can actually do it together with great partners, together with Rami, Kalish, with Rami Perez, with other managing partners of Pitango Ventures, a great Israeli VC company, and also with the support of NCBR that has actually backed us with financing and enabled us to grow on a scale and create a 210 million VC fund, which is just starting today.
Right. And Pitango Venture Capital is a company that has started in 1993. You have a long history of over 200 companies you have invested in and $2 billion under management. So what will be your role in TDI Pitango Venture? What will be your impact?
So I think we will bring our experience. As you said, we started in '93. Also, our first fund was a cooperation with the Israeli government. We started with a small fund of 20 million, and today we have raised fund number 8, and altogether we are managing more than 2 billion. So building more than 200 companies that started in Israel but became a global company and a global player is something that we know, and we hope we can bring the same experience to the Polish market. I think that in the last year I've met already entrepreneurs. I'm very excited. I see here very talented young generation, very committed. And I think the partnership here between the government, the private sector, and us as a global venture capital can yield very good results. And I'm looking forward really to build great companies that will start in Poland.
I'll ask you all in a moment what types of companies you'll be interested in, but I would like to stay for a moment with Professor Chorowski. May I say that without the help of the state, they would probably not decide to do it? What is the role of National Center for Research and Development in this game?
Well, the role of governmental agency like National Center for Research and Development is to encourage private capital to go into very reasonable and pragmatic, but still risky investments, because by merging public funds with private funds, we are mitigating the risk for private funds. For us, the guarantee that the decision is good is very good governance of the fund provided by Israeli partners. And we hope that this fund will be target-oriented, not process-oriented, so it will really end with good investments, that it will not go with non-existing technologies to non-existing markets, that it will combine some experience already gathered in Israel with private approach to spending money. So I think it's a good decision. Additionally, NCBR is also providing some governmental umbrella for this fund.
So how much in percentage terms you contribute to the fund?
Well,
I mean the center, of course.
in principle, it is 50-50. So we are adding the second zloty per each zloty, for each zloty that is provided from private funds. We are sharing the risk. We also hope to share the profits, if there are.
All right, hopefully there will be. Okay, so we made the announcement. Let's talk business now. Professor Chorowski, so what is your dream type of company or your dream segment? What your heart tells you that would be the best that your partners would find interesting?
Well, there's no one dream company. I think a very good company is the company that manages via R&D get some incremental added value in the already existing products. So it's maybe not very spectacular and sexy, but very efficient from a financial point of view. Another dream company would be a company that can provide some breaking technology, completely new technology, but I think we should go in both directions, because living only in dreams may be very painful, and walking only with a head looking down is also not very spectacular. So no one simple solution. We hope that we'll really try to find good investments at least statistical basis.
All right, so how many companies, how much money you can invest into them? What are your targets at this stage?
So we are going to support between 20 to 25 companies. We are going to try and be diversified. We will support some companies that are very early stage, some companies that are already growing and have a product in the market, and some companies that need capital for expansion. So we will be diversified in terms of the stage and in terms of the sectors that we will invest. And I just want to compliment what Professor Chorowski said. We are business people, so we would like to be successful and to make great investments. The way to be successful is really to build good companies, companies that can grow, that can sell real products to the global markets.
Tomasz, so let me ask you, the differentiator that would tell you this company is good, we're going to invest, that company maybe have a nice idea, nice innovation concept, but it's not going to get your money. Because this is probably something that we are all most interested in. You know, what is the differentiator? Why this, not the other?
So I think that all the investments we are going to make are very focused on actually the return on capital that we expect from the investment. So we are the business people, as Rami has said, and it is absolutely right that we want to have a full conviction that our investment will be successful and the company will develop the way we want. And I think there are many factors really when looking at the startups which makes this conviction happen. Obviously the first is the technology and the product they have, but more important is the market and the go-to-market strategy that the company presents, and what's the probability and the likelihood that the market will be there for the given product. But in our experience, what really matters the most, and that's something which we'll also put a strong focus on, is really the team of people and the people that are behind it. So we are absolutely searching for determined, well-educated, very driven, hardworking people that want to deliver results. And from our business experience, business is all about people. So we also want to choose good teams and then help them out in growing the business.
Does the team have to be, according to your experience, diversified in terms of, that you will already know who will be the CFO, CMO, CIO, CTO, COO, and CEO? Is that kind of a team? Is it a matter of a structure of a team, or what is so important about teams that stand behind companies that make the decision easier?
I think that usually when we invest, because the companies are relatively young, you don't have all the structure in place, like you mentioned, but you do want to see exceptional entrepreneurs, like Tomasz said, that are committed, that are willing to work hard, that have great idea, and that are also willing to build such a team, as you said. Because at the end of the day, you need a full management team in order to be successful. You don't need them in the first day, but you need to be committed to bring them on board on the right time.
All right, so what will be your exit strategies? After you invest, stay for a while, what's going to happen next? This is a very important part for those who form those companies to know and understand what's lying ahead, because building it is one thing, and will they be still owners or not? What will be the terms? Can you give us some guidance about it?
So usually in venture capital, you have funds that have a limited time, 10 years, and in these 10 years you need to invest, build a company, and exit, and return the profits to the investors, so the investors will be happy to invest in the next fund, and then more companies will be financed.
Sure, we understand this process, but in this particular example of TDJ Pitango, what is your plan?
So I think the exit strategy can be mainly through M&As by a big strategic player, or through taking the company public, whether it is in the local stock exchange or on NASDAQ. So you have to be ready for both, and also the founders and the CEO and the management team has to be ready. We will always work with the management team in order to get to this event, and our history shows that many of our companies were bought by big players like Apple, like Google, like Microsoft, like Cisco. And the good thing is that after being acquired, the team started to work for the big player. Many times the big player established an R&D center, in our case in Israel, and I hope it will happen also here in Poland. And then several years later, you see the same guys maybe going again to the market and starting a new company.
Something new. Professor, how does that sound in your ears? I mean, when public funds are invested in such companies, then they are being acquired by internationals. Is this the best exit from your point of view?
No, there's nothing contradictory in this process. We are agencies that is funding R&D efforts. So for us, it is important that the companies that will finally get some aid from the TDJ Pitango Fund are involved in R&D works. So the added value will nevertheless stay in Poland, because we expect that the young companies will collaborate with Polish universities, with Polish institutions, or they will create their own R&D center. But it is very important that the activities must be target-oriented. There must be some order put into this system. But it's nothing wrong that via some for instance, going public via stock exchange, they will become international.
Right.
Maybe I just add one word, because when I'm listening to Rami, I think he's extremely moderate. And I think it's also worth saying that actually Pitango has made more than 200 investments by now, and they have already made 80 exits. And the exits has been to strategical players, like Rami has mentioned, but also 20 of the companies entered NASDAQ, and that was the way of exit. So I think we can now combine the great experience of Pitango doing exits with our Polish experience on the market.
Sure. Unfortunately, time's up, so I will allow myself before they will shoot me. One final question. Well, one information, if you'd like to know more about working, there's a workshop of National Center for Research and Development. I was trying to figure out what's B stands for in English, for Research and Development, at 3:45 p.m., right, on the second floor, if I remember correctly. How can we apply to your fund starting from now? That's the last question.
So actually the fund is up and running, it's open, so we actually welcome all the startups that would like to be the part of our fund. And our webpage is available from now on, so please get in touch, and we are happy to work with everybody interested.
So we'll be outside of this room, out of so-called kuluary in a moment, so you can approach and start investment process. Well, applause, please.
Thank you very much.
Brave venture capitalists, and thank you so much. You've been a wonderful audience. Thank you.